Good evening. So I am Colette Thornton, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK, and you can find me under Let's Create on Instagram and Facebook. I've got a Let's Create group, and on YouTube. So how the devil are we? Sorry, I'm in a rush because I've my days of the week wrong all week, and I was adamant that today wasn't Wednesday. So I haven't got my live ready. One day I'll be uber prepared and I'll have everything sorted. But for this evening, good evening, mother. This evening I thought we'd play with punches and different ways to use them and different things, because I know it's something that one of my, hi Louise, thanks for coming to find me, one of my ladies was after something else that she can use her punch for other than just a label for her sentiment. So I've tried to go through my stash and find ones quite unsuccessfully, but it just means that I'll have to show you how to do it. So we'll do that this evening. I've also got the added in that I've left my glasses on my desk at work because I switched them for my sunnies before leaving, so I might be doing this a little bit, but we'll get there. So I'll flip this round, hopefully more successfully than last week, and we'll see what we can achieve this evening, she says. I can't work out. There we go. No, I want to come this way because last week I got it the wrong way round. That was very close. I nearly had you going. Oh, look, and we can see the mirror of my mangled hands in there. Oh, we best get this dude in as well. Let's get a charger in. That's how unprepared I was this evening. I was quite happily sat at my craft desk downstairs. And then I realised. So there we go. I've grabbed a couple of punches out. And so, oh, I know what else I haven't done is found myself on here. So that way I can actually see if there's any comments as we're going on. Come on, Colette, what are you doing? I'm not doing this very successfully this evening, but we shall get there. Come on. Oh, goodness, Colette. There is a comment and I can't see it, so bear with me. Oh, right, for some reason that's gone over there. Okay, we can play this game. I know why. Because it's got me as there. Right, okay. Your parcel's not moved. I wonder if yours is stuck in another container, Louise. Oh, that's pants. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully it'll get here soon. And then we can... Ah, I've just hit the wrong button. Sorry. I'll be with you in 2 shakes of a tail. Stupidly pressed the wrong button. Not doing too well this evening, am I? Let's have a try again. I've just completely taken myself out of Facebook like an absolute plum that I am. There we go. I don't want to be interacting as that scary lady, because that's why I can't see the comments, because it takes me into the business suite. So here we go. Ah, I've gone down too far. I'm so sorry. I will get there. Yes, mother, you are here. I've just seen that. Right, let's... Ha-ha! Finally. Right, so... Stamp... no, they're not stamps. Jeepers. It's going to be one of those evenings. I promise it's not. Right, so... I have found... So... This was one from a fair while ago. So it's all punched background, and it was using the double oval punch, which I didn't... Oh, I have pulled up. So I punched out just random DSP, and then used my sentiment as the smaller oval, and then just fussy cuts on the items. So I thought actually we could make one of those this evening. But I wanted to show some quick other things that can be done with it as well. So we can make punches longer, shorter, layer them, and I just don't think enough gets shown with a punch. So this is me gonna cry if this, okay. So I always, if I'm gonna do this, I cut a strip slightly smaller, so you'll see there's a gap in my punch. But what I'll do is I'll make it even. So I've pulled it through the middle. Now I've got my top. I can now, because this has got straight edges, I can now make this whatever length I want to make it. And I generally do that so that, what will I do it for? Come on, Colette, turn it over. No, it doesn't make life easier. I'm sorry, it's been a really long day. Can you tell? I want to go in that way, don't I? So what I'd normally do, that's not what I want to do at all. I go through there again, but I turn it over. We will get there, people. So you can make this literally, so if you've got a larger sentiment, so the sentiment happier than happy for you in the, what's it called, happier than happy, sweet. So this one fits really nicely in this. But what I've also, I bought it up, I think, yeah. So, and that's why I know that strip fitted. So I used it just to make a big label so that I had something a bit more interesting in my background the other day. So you can make it as long or as short as you want. So let's go about there. And if we get time later, we can make another card. There we go. But in the same respect, oh, this is hurting my head this evening. So we can go there. I don't think that was completely symmetrical, but who's going to tell? And then we can make it as short as we like as well. So it might just be that you've only got a little sentiment. Should have brought my post-it notes up. So post-it notes, let them be your friend with punches. So, and you can squeeze it, but not tight enough that it will punch it, but it will hold it in place so that you can. And then that will fit a smaller sentiment. So the other day I used a really big label for a small sentiment. And I'm not going to lie, it's because I was being lazy and it's what was on my desk. In fact, I bought it up because it shows the layering. Here we go. Really small sentiment. I already had this cut on my desk. So this layering here, let me show you how we do that. Let's see what I can find. I did have a bit of mangled Calypso coral up here. There we go. So this here, I might even be able to make something with this later. Where's the white? I know I've bought it up because that was my last minute dash back down the stairs. Oh, there's not much in it though, however. So this here, cut your normal or whatever size you're cutting. So what you would think is actually that's just going to fit on there like that. So out come the snips. What's the punch called? So this one I think is Label Me Lovely. It's been about a while, I'm not going to lie, I've only just got this one, and it's because one of my customers had ordered it and she was asking for different ways to use it. So I was planning on doing a video just for her, but actually it's probably something that lots of people need to see as well. And it took me a while to play with. So I've literally cut this in half with snips. And I would say glue a little bit of the back of this one, because you know this is all being, oh, that's too much glue, it's going to seep out the sides. So what you want to do, I've cut it the wrong way, Come on now. Cut it the right way. Don't be gas backing whilst you're... I probably should have showed this actually for people that don't use the punches. So there's a slider on there that will open it. There we go. What doesn't help is that I had cut my Calypso Coral the right way. I've glued the wrong way. But we are going to go with it, and I will do the other one the proper way around. Because I've just realised. So this, you can label like this. Label, layer, like this. And then the other one goes on the other side. And then I'll cut another white one and I'll show you how to do it properly. What I would suggest is if you're going to stamp directly onto it, it's probably easier to stamp before you stick, because you're going to have ridges underneath. But I will use these later and I'll emboss something and snip it up and put it on there. There we go. So that works that way. And we'll have another one, because why jolly not? Right, which way did I cut that? I cut it on the straight, which is where you're meant to cut it. It makes your life a lot easier if you cut it on the straight. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, people, I give up. Today was not the day for doing a live. Although my white piece of paper is going to have a really pretty pattern on it by the time we're finished. Okay, I'm not cutting the white because I'm sticking the white. There we go. And I think this just adds a little bit of interest and a little bit of colour, really. In some projects, it really just needs a pop to go with it. So I was playing last night with, I'd entered the Pinkies have got Craft Mania, Creative Mania, or Craft Mania. I can't remember what it is now. I've given up. I'm surprised I know my name currently. I can't even use the excuse of it being the heat, because I love the heat. So there we go. So we've got how to layer them. We can make them smaller. We can cut them up and destroy them, and we can make a bigger label. And I think it just gives that little bit of extra to just having a plain white label on there. So let's have a play. Oh, I did also manage this one the other night. I've been making nail file holders for my craft fair. Oh wow, you're gonna have to share those later. So this one was one I started to do last night, because I was planning what I could do in a video for punches for my customer. But I thought it'd be quite boring if I do another teacup one right now. So I've bought my new best friend up, which is the Happier Than Happy Sweet. Well, no, Happy Forest Sweet. Something, cup of tea's on the list. It's got to be done. I'm telling you, it's got to be done, Louise. I have fallen head over heels for Happier Than Happy. Anybody that saw my Instagram, I think it was yesterday I posted, I made myself like a little farthing wood scene. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Might go, oh, we could go Calypso Coral actually, because I've just been splicing and dicing a bit of that. Yep, sure, I'll send it. I will look forward to it. Right, so do I do a white? No, let's go Calypso Coral base completely, which is entirely different to what I did. I've been using a lot of white card bases lately, and I don't really know why. I found, so I still haven't ordered Calypso Coral. I found 2 rogue sheets on my desk. One I know was from a recent craft day with my lovely upline. I don't know where the other ones come from. I think it must be a random one sheet left from. So I cut that down to 10, I believe, by 14.4. That's what we're going with today. No, that's a screen blade. I've also changed the blades around on my trimmer for some reason. Oh no, I know why. It fell out and then I put them back in the wrong order. So I'm just confusing myself. And while I'm here, I might as well do the inner bit, because why not? We're already here, hey? So let's put this away for a little bit and have some fun with, I've literally mullered this already. So we'll have some of each of these. No, we've got some of that already, Colette. But it's hard not to love this sweet, it really is. Well, I say that because I loves it. So, oh, bear with me a second. My notifications, I didn't turn them off the laptop, but they're covering the, there we go. Covering the comments, which isn't going to help me if anybody else decides to talk to me at all this evening, is it? So, what I'll do is I'll just randomly punch loads of these. I'm going to miss anything. Yeah, so because I generally use that grassy bit at the bottom, I'm going to be going from this side. I do 2 of each because then that, oh, I don't want to use the back side of that. Let's not do that. We'll leave it there just in case we need it. Look, this makes me sad because I've got to lose something somewhere. So I'm going to strategically place this where there's no animals that I... Yeah, it's not going to work, is it? That I can fussy cut. But he's already lost his head. So let's go there. And then maybe... Oh, the bear's going to lose his ear. I'd rather lose the owl than the bear or the fox. Which is really not very nice of me, but it is what it is, I'm afraid. And I am awful at never really using DSP properly. I think I've well and truly attacked this set already. And I know that I've got to do, I'm going to have to do a kit with this lovely little lot in it. I mean, look how cute these are. Again, I don't quite know. I have been using the trees and I wanted to use the mountains, but I think they're going to have to cop it. Or do they need to cop it? Can I get one out of there? No. Okay. Oh, that'll do though. I can lose the bird. Sounds really sadistic, doesn't it? And I'm going to cut half of one out because I'll use it around the edging. Ooh, a card kit. Yes, a card kit in the post. That's all I do currently, which sounds awful, isn't it? Because I know everybody else has reverted back to in-persons, but I never did in-person. So for me, it's a little bit bizarre. So I'm just going to mute this for a minute because my friends are having a right royal chat and it's just covering my screen. There we go. I love them and prefer on that. To be fair, I think it keeps the costs down for people as well, in the sense that I've not got to... Have I done those? I've not got to worry about whether I've got to cover the haul costs and things like that. So in that sense, I think I prefer it. But I'd love to be able to craft with people because I'm a bit of a Larry in that none of my friends really do it. so I'd love to get there and be able to do that. So there we go. Right, I'm running out of space already, which never bodes well. So all of these, let's move the card base out of the way for a minute. So all I generally do is I'll have a little bit of a play in working out. So I definitely want these ones because it's directional and we went the wrong way. But who knows? Nobody knows, right? It's just us. And Colette definitely knows. I suppose we could line them that way. I lined them the other way. No, I do prefer them the other way because I can do the straight lines. And because these are big, you don't need as many as you do on the ovals. So you'll see that quite quickly these can fill up. I don't know much I could. Oh, they're directional and we went the wrong way. So make sure you check the directions, peoples. Don't do a clip and go rushing in, gas bagging and not paying attention. I love how all these colours go together though. I want something for down here. I think we're going to have to use you again down there. And then we'll have a trim about and see where else. So that was my part one. He will fit up there. I don't know what makes him a he at all. But that will fit up there. And then we can have a play about. And see what we can get sorted. And then we get to play with the bear and the... I might do the fox actually. Why not? Let's have something different. But I just thought actually it was nice to be able to show just something simple but with punches, because I think they get really overlooked sometimes. I certainly overlook them, so maybe I'm just making an assumption based on my own, but I tend to buy a punch and then I don't always buy the punch if it's a builder punch. If it's something I know I can fussy cut, I won't bother buying it. But what I have started to do is, like, the punches are really easy for me if I'm doing kits and things. It's so much easier than feeding paper through the cut and emboss machine 20 odd times. So in that sense, I'm learning very much to like punches because they save me time. And that is always a win-win in this house, purely because there's enough going on. I haven't actually, I've started prepping my kits for this month, but I've still got to design one card. But I've got Hues of Happiness. It's going to be this month's card. But the last ones went out late, so I didn't want to be cheeky and try and make everybody just buy for the sake of buying. So I'll do it within the next week and get it out, which will then cover me as well, actually, to be fair, because the twins' birthday is the beginning of June, so it gives me a little bit more wiggle room, knowing that I've got to be party mama and get everything. I'm not going to lie, I'm so glad that I'm done with their party invites. Loved the look on their faces, but next year Mama's getting a pad. I'm just going to write them all out. Right, so let's have a little bit of a chop. Let's see. We can put that there. We need a splash more colour. I was about to say, what I do is try and line up the straight bits at least. I've only got greens. No, we haven't. There we go. As much as they're tiny bits, I'd rather get them all done and then we can get onto another card. Impatient Annie today. In fact, I think crafting's been well needed this week. And I already feel 10 times calmer than I was when I joined, which is nice. I think my issue with not realising the day is because we've changed to Wednesdays. But that's because Thursdays has become every club under the sun that my children could join, we've joined. But they've joined them, so they start at 8:15 in the morning, clubs say. And then we've got a bounce between the two of them having different clubs. So I think we'll finally be home and done by about 7 o'clock tomorrow night, which is normally their bedtime, so they do have a late night on a Thursday, which is probably just as well that it's only Friday the next day. And I've got a club to go to Friday night now. I'm going to try and do kickboxing again. I used to go many moons ago before the children, and I loved it. And I need something to bust out some stress. So I'm trying not to use these snips because my glue snips are downstairs, my adhesive snips are downstairs, but I have to bite the bullet. And if it means I'm going to need a new pair of snips, I'm going to need a new pair of snips. We're just going to have to do it. Because I only bought one pair up. Like a wolf. There we go. Right, so that is the basis of our card, and then that, I don't think I burnished that either. Now I know I didn't bring ribbon or twine up, which is a big boo-boo on my part because I think that would have looked nice. So what I think we might do is, because we're on the Calypso corals, mind you, could we use that? Or we could if I hadn't decided to put them together. That's fine. I think we might use Mr. Fox. Or the bear. Oh, I don't know. What do we think, peoples? I get no takers. I think I'm just going to randomly, the first one that falls out of the case. There. Oh, thank you. That's sweet of you. Right, so stamp wise, I'll tell you what, let's ink up the fox in the fact that he's not been inked. Poor little foxy. Oh look, there was me. Whenever if I've got one of these dies in a set, I will generally, if I cut it, I will cut a few at a time, and then leave them in the case, because there's nothing worse than you want to do a really quick sentiment and you can't because nothing's ready. There we go. Hopefully that's just the shut. Yeah, it looked like I hadn't lined it up very well at all, but I think it was just the shadow. Because the light's not marvellous up here at the minute. I think we've got a bulb out. So I do need to get that sorted too. So my bag of scraps, let's see if I've got a piece big enough for Foxy. You'll do nicely. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what we haven't done with a punch is used it to make an aperture in a card. So we will do that too. Okay, so be careful when you're using red rubber. I've clearly rocked that at some point, but it's just as well I'm fussy cutting him, so it doesn't really matter this time. Oh, that's thick whisper. It's not even whisper white anymore, basic white, so it's going to be harder to fussy cut. I don't know I should have been able to tell the difference when I pulled it out, but I wasn't paying attention, clearly. So luckily, my injections from last week have helped. They were a bit owy to start with, and if anything, I think it got worse for a couple of days before there was any improvement. But we are on the mend again. So hopefully I'll definitely be fine for box fit and kickboxing on Friday, she says. And then I'll get some more owies, and then I'll have to go running back to my consultant and pretend that I've been a saint and I've not done anything. But there we go. Sorry, fussy cutting and talking, I don't tend to go hand in hand, which anybody that knows me will find bizarre, because I can normally talk no matter what. Is everybody enjoying the sunshine? Love a bit of sun. I can't wait for the weekend. There we go. So we've got Mr. Foxy. I don't know why he's Mr. I've just decided. Right. And I think, oh, he's going to get a bit lost on there, isn't he? We can have him down there, can't we? Where are my biggest fish? Okay, so nobody needs to pay much attention to how mine stamp, in the sense that Stampin' Up are very good, and if there is something wrong with your stamps, they will exchange them for you and sort it out. I had an issue with this stamp set, in that my stamps sometimes they pull in the middle and they don't stamp very well, and I was offered a refund, but I left it too late to get them back, because they were part of a card class at the time, so it was just my own fault that I deal with these. But it is what it is. This one is normally one that doesn't stamp too badly, whereas my friend and I think it's birthday stamp atrociously. Yeah, see, that one's not too bad. It's one of the better ones I've got. But again, it's nothing to do with Stampin' Up. They offered a replacement. I just didn't get it back to the original person that purchased them for the class in time, so it's entirely my own doing. The small intricate ones, they all stamp perfectly fine, so if ever I need something perfect, they're the ones I'll go to. And for some reason I have to cut in this S. I don't know why. I just have to do it. I have to do it on the Y on happy as well. There we go, I'll sleep better tonight now. Although I won't sleep too well, because I've just remembered I didn't water the children's tomato plants, so I need to go and do those when I've finished. No, let's not do it out of his bottom clip. I don't have something like that on there. I want something behind him, I think. Or maybe we should have just gone a different colour. I'm just going to go with it because it's just for the sake of showing you what we can do. Okay. There we go. So we'll have that one on there. I should have bought more really up than just these stamps, but the double oval punch, punch. The double oval punch is one that, until this one, I used on everything if I needed a punch, because I love it. This one I think is this one, and there's a new one out. I think it's called the decorative label punch, and that's the other one that my customer was looking at, but unfortunately it was unorderable at that time. I haven't checked again since, because I think actually I may have to purchase it. There we go. Have I got any pretties? I know I saw not the diamantes, what are they called? Rhinestones. I haven't bought my take a pick up. That's sacrilege. Oh, Sue, if you watch on replay, I'm sorry. It sounds like it's raining outside. Surely not. That might be my saving grace. I won't have to go out and water the plants. I think somebody at work said we were gonna have a storm tonight. Again, I hope not. I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to things like that. But we shall see. Right, so let's get a quick bit in here. Oh, I have made a mess of this desk. And you can always, if you've got some offcuts, put them in because they'll look lovely. So we've got punched backgrounds. We have got, how are we doing for time? We can get one more in. Oh, let me show you the apertures. So there's two ways we can do this. It's going to be a tenfold, isn't it? Sugar plums. Let's go, let's cut. Where's the white gone? Oh, we're on the last. No, we're not. The penultimate piece. So, let's cut this on a book fold. So, horizontally in, cut it at 14.9, and score at 10.5. Now, there's two ways in which you could do this. Excited for the new mini July to December sneak peek next week. Ooh, do we get a sneak peek next week? I didn't realise. I've been quite out of touch with, I've not even looked at the weekly updates yet. It's been bedlam at work, so everything's just been concentrating on that. So you can line this up and cut a window in your card. There we go. And then that will allow you, you can put your sentiment there so you can see it when you open it up. The other way in which you could do something, 25th of May. Oh, that is exciting. So we've got that. We could use that. Need to trim it down a little bit. Oh, hang on, that might work even better. There we go. As much as I know we need to trim the end of that, but if you had that central in there, oh, that went on the floor. So you could have a panel in the middle of your card with your sentiment behind. Oh, I can't reach it. I'll send you a message after this. Okie dokie, my lovely. So, let's play with that, shall we? Let's cut that. Oh, where's the trimmer gone? So, we'll cut that to 14.9. In fact, I'm going to cut it just a little bit longer and then trim it along the bottom, because there's nothing worse than if your measurements are just slightly shy. And then I'm going to cut, what's the width of that? That's 8.5. So I'm going to cut this one at 9.5. And we'll have that, she says, 9.5 by, yeah, let's do the same with that. Because then, if you know, you know. So, we'll have these layered up like this, and then like that. So what I would suggest, and I haven't got one up here, but I'd suggest getting a pencil and outlining this so that you could remove it before stamping. I'm not that clever to have bought anything up, so I'm just, and I've already said the happier than happy fits beautifully in there, so we will have that because we are where's the inks? That's going to be my issue. I don't think I've bought any nice inks up. I thought I'd bought Starry Sky, but I've got Night of Navy. We may well have to use that. I don't want to use soft suede because I'd quite like to do the bear. Oh, I tell you what we could do. Yeah, we'll be fine with that. Let's use that. She says, get it straight again, Colette. It's going to bug me. Has to be straight. Has to be straight. There we go. Wish me luck. Hurrah, I'll take that. We will take that all day long. So we can quickly layer these up. Remember not to go right to the bottom because there's extra on the bottom. Did I do 10 or is this? I'm saying did I do? I didn't do anything, did I? It was a piece I found on the side. And then I wonder, I might prop that up actually, just to give it a little bit of something. Come on, Clint. You were saying just a minute ago that your fingers were now working again. Use them, woman. So, I don't know if everybody is still aware, especially those on catch up. So we have still got a really good deal going until the end of May, and it's for signing up. So you'd get your usual £130 worth of product for £99, but they're now also giving away a new in colour collection that's worth £62.50. So you get £192.50 worth of products for £99. I kind of wish that I could sign up for it again. I did get a very good deal as well when I signed up, but I got the Blossoms in Bloom bundle free on top of my stuff. But yeah, this year's 5 in colour pads, stamp pads, but you'll also get paper, yeah, the DSP cardstock. There's loads. Really worth it. Just trimming this, and I've done it wrong. I should have done it in each layer. I didn't think it through. I was just trying to think of how to show you the average card. So what we could do, let's get some colour on here and maybe have another little fox. Where did I put? Calypso Coral. That in itself, I better put it under that paper, yeah. There we go. I'd planned on using teacups, but I still just get drawn into this. Little foxy. They're just too cute. Why wouldn't you use them? And I'm not going to lie, I probably will end up plonking a little bit more detail on this when I go downstairs, because it needs something. But I just wanted to be able to show what it can do. So they are a real good investment. I think sometimes people look at them and they're normally about £17–18. But actually, when you think it's not just cutting out a shape for you to stamp on, you can use it for backgrounds. You can make large labels, and then you can make them bigger and smaller as well. Make apertures, so it's got a real nice versatile. I nearly chopped his leg off then, poor little foxy. Right, what else have we got on this desk that we can possibly use for... I feel like it needs, oh, twigs. We don't need twigs. Would have been nice to have some florally bits on here. Mr. Owl, are you in one piece? You are, but you're grey. You're going to be grey on grey. No, we're not doing that. Find a toadstool or something. I'll tell you what we can use. There's a little tree stump, and there's one right there. And it's still brown, but at least it's got a leaf on it. I can leaf it out. There we go. Whoa. My scissors slipped. So if you find me on replay, please leave me a hashtag replay or a little comment just so I know that anybody sees them. It's always nice to know that I'm actually finding people. And I'll be going downstairs in a bit and sending this over to YouTube, trying to grow some followers over there. So if you can come and find me on YouTube, that would very much be appreciated. This is not my best work, and in fact, do you know what, I think we may have to. I'll sit them there, but I know I'm going to be playing with something to do on there. So I think, there we go. So we've got that we can layer them. You can also shadow them just by offsetting. So where's that white one gone that I chopped from there? Oh, I know it went on the floor. Oh no, that wasn't the white one. But this will show you. So you can also layer them like that. So if I put that against the white, you'll be able to see that like that. So you can shadow and layer. No, there's the white one. Look, shadow and layer them. we can, where did it all go? So there's a layered one on a card. We've got using them as backgrounds. We've got making them larger, and somewhere on here we also made that shape smaller. So if you wanted to, you could layer them that way as well. So thank you very much for sticking with me and watching this evening. If you're on YouTube, if you'd love to give me a thumbs up, I'd very much appreciate that. And if you wanted to make sure you were aware of further videos, you could hit the subscribe button. And if you're on Facebook, again, please leave me a hashtag replay and let me know what you think. And we'll go from there. Thank you ever so much. Will I be back? Yes, next Thursday. No, I'm lying. Sorry. Next Wednesday I will be back. I've got to get out of the habit of it being a Thursday. So have a good week. Have a lovely weekend and take care. Bye.